All right, guys, I think we're just gonna be waiting for a couple more minutes. So for those of you on YouTube, um, we're
Yes.
gonna be waiting for just 5 more minutes before we kick off.
Yep. Yep. Okay, I think it's good time for us to start.
Awesome. Yeah, I think we can do it now as well. Is Nikhil, are you ready to kick off?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Hey guys, so welcome to our workshop today. So for starters, for our agenda, we're going to be talking a little bit about sharing an introduction about VBI Academy, what do we do here, as well as an introduction about Shardium from Nikhil, one of our guest speakers. After that, we're going to have a sharing from Dr. Han or Will, a little bit about the impact and space in Web3 and AI. What are the potentials there, as well as what are the opportunities within these two sectors? That's definitely rising. And then followed by that, we're going to have a panel discussion with our guest speakers discussing more in depth into the different perspective about job career opportunities and what can students really take away from this industry and how to optimize their current CV profiles or current position to stand out in front of employers. So I think for starters, I'll start off with a quick introduction, a little bit about VBI Academy. And then after that, Nikhil, maybe you can share a little bit about Shardium as well, and what's so unique about your ecosystem. I'll be sharing my screen and we should be good to go now. All right. So a little bit about VBI. The VBI stands for Value in Web3 in Vietnam, as well as having our e-learning platform where we facilitate a lot of the boot camps there. So our mission and vision is really focused on empowering kind of the next generation of Web3 leaders, as well as talent employees within the space. We see there's a lot of potential, but there's not a lot of providers into the market providing these kind of opportunities for learners, developers to pick up on the steep learning curve that we really see in Web3. And so within our ecosystem, we have VBI. That's where we focus on developer engagement, boot camps. We also have GFI Ventures, GFI Incubation. For the projects that we invest in, we also incubate them and provide a lot of advisory services. And last but not least, we have GFI Blockchain. That's our media side. So this is really our entire ecosystem with the different components. And so a little bit more about VBI. We have VBI Forum. Right now, this is our developer communities in Vietnam. We also have a variety of different Discord channels where there's a lot of different members engaging, learning about the different boot camps, learning about Web3 in general together. In addition, we also have VBI Research. Right now, our CTO, Dr. Tan, is leading the teams globally. So we do a lot of in-depth research, mentorship, as well as support for doctoral works. And most importantly, this material is used for VBI Academy, and that's a big part of what we do now here. So we organize hackathons, courses, programs. We visit a lot of university tours, primarily before those who are in Vietnam. But we're hoping that we can reach audience in other countries, hence why we're collaborating with Shardium here today to reach other markets beside Vietnam in order to deliver a lot of our programs and hackathons to you guys as well. So with that being said, some of the university partnerships that we've had before, as you can see on screen, mainly in Vietnam and Ho Chi Minh City, as well as the hackathons that we've organized at these locations, but also many others that we have run with a few other partners such as Polkadot, Algorand, Sui, or many of the other ecosystem within this year. And in addition, our flagship kind of event and something I would love to introduce more to you guys later on is Web3 Hackfest. So this is going to be an international, especially focused within C. It's a Web3 AI hackathon. This year, the theme is going to be on AI, but the main focus is still going to be around Web3. And we want to introduce these opportunities to you guys, and hopefully you guys would take part. There's a lot of different fun activities that we'd have. But for more details on the one that we are organizing this year, I'll share you that in just a couple of minutes as we dive through the different sections that we have here today. And then developer programs, as mentioned before, we run a lot of these programs primarily in the Vietnamese language, but we're trying to expand this over to other languages as well for some of the partners that we work with. And yeah, that's us. And hopefully you guys have a quick introduction into what we do here at VBI. And I would love to share more a little bit about Web3 Hackfest, which is the main theme of what we have here for today. So Nikhil, if you could share a little bit about Shardium, what you guys do as well, that'd be great.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for that lovely introduction, Than. Hello, Dr. Than. How are you? And how are you all in the audience as well? I am Nikhil Aparajit. I am the community manager at Shardium. I take care of the Asia Pacific, India, and Middle East and North Africa region, taking care of the meetup program, that is the proof of community. We at Shardium, we are an EVM-based blockchain that is trying to solve one of the largest Ethereum problems or dilemmas, that is its scalability problem. And we are trying to do that using something called as dynamic state sharding. And we are trying to essentially solve the scalability problem so that more people can be onboarded in the Web3 ecosystem. We are still in our testnet phase. We are testing out a lot of our features. We are currently at our incentivized testnet phase 3, and very soon we'll be able to be live to the blockchain market, and then you'll be able to test out our features by yourself. So very excited to be here, and I hope you guys we can have like a very productive conversation today.
Awesome, thank you. So I think our next part, we're gonna have a little sharing by Dr. Tan or Dr. Will, a little bit about the industry as a whole, both in AI and Web3, the potential and impact. So Dr. Tan, you can take it away with your sharing.
Yes. So you see my screen sharing, right? Okay. Yeah. Hello, everyone. It's a good time for me today to share with you about the new trends and opportunity about the AI and blockchain, and we will discuss what's is the common in the both industry and how it share the same vision in ICT conversions. So a little bit introduction about me. So my name is Thanh Dinh. So I spend most of my time in education and currently focus on VBI Academy and development in GFI group. And I also participate in a different organization for contribution, especially in education. And about the talk today, so I have only 15 minutes, so just go quickly about the trend and the opportunity in both of the technology. So everyone in the world these days, we heard about a lot about digital transformation. Uh, in a time, it's very special time of the ICT conversions of different technology from the Internet of Things, from 5G, cloud computing, and among those technology for digital transformation to enable to transform everything into the digital world. We highlight the two technology, including the AI, specialized for automating the process, enhancing the decision making, and blockchains is another one to ensuring the transparency, security, and the trust. Yeah. So we will discuss one by one and then discuss about how they work together in some case. And about blockchain, so maybe talk about AI. Most people use and know AI a lot, but blockchain. So briefly, introduction is blockchain is a decentralized database and the data storage solution out of the control of any single entity or organization. So it reflects by the characteristic of information system that is decentralized, that is immutable. No one can have ability to change like a traditional database. It is secured by cryptography, and consensus driver is another main characteristic of a blockchain system. So that to create the trust of everyone in the information record in the blockchain, so that no one, almost no one, possible to change the information, hacking or tampering the data, so that create a trust. So in blockchain, in the philosophy of blockchain, I would say that it's the system that create trust without trust. It means that we don't trust people. Here we trust about a mathematic model, and we trust the coding, so everyone can verify and then monitor the system, so that to create trust in the ecosystem. So with the blockchain, the key trends and opportunity in the recent year, especially 2024, 2025. So there's different trends, but I just highlight here some of the highlights here. So in this year, we continue with the increase the scalability solution with the appearance of quite a number of new layer 2 ecosystem to solve the problem of scalability. And we also see the increased trend of the DeFi. So maybe many people here get familiar with blockchain through the DeFi. And reward access tokenization is also one of the key trend. In the another stage of development of the blockchain, especially in the blockchain foundation of the layer 1 and layer 2, we see the increasing the adoption of decentralized autonomous organization is one of the key I want to highlight with you here. So with each key trend, we can see what's the opportunity for us as the student or the staff team who are interested in doing startup or exploring the opportunity in the field. So with the key trend here, we can see that we have an opportunity to create a scalable, transparent system in finance, healthcare, logistic, and traditional market with the blockchain technology. By exploring the advantage of the blockchain, such as enhancing the security, reducing costs, improving the customer experience, streamline the faster transaction, transparency and traceability, or the new revenue stream for many industry by exploring this technology. And the trend number one we can go as an example is the reward set tokenization. The concept of this of the reward set tokenization is that to transforming the physical assets like a real estate, like a commodity, into the digital token, so that we can do transaction either online and without the impact of the border. So it is a borderless technology. So one example project here is the Ondo Finance, one of the reward set token on DeFi. You can see, and the opportunity in this trend is that we can create a new project to enable the access to new markets by tokenizing the traditional assets, creating the liquidity in the liquidity sector, especially in the finance. And the second trend is about a layer 2 scaling solution. You can see that still many projects this year raise a lot of fund to address the scalability and cost issue in blockchain networks. One is of the example is the Optimism or Arbitrum for Ethereum. And in this space, you can see the opportunity for the startup or anyone who are interested into creating the new idea in the field to build on the layer 2 for cheaper, faster transaction and support the scalable the app. Another one in the field to increase the adoption, especially in the merger of the foundation in of the layer 1 and layer 2 blockchains is the decentralized autonomous organization. The concept here is that to enable the decentralized autonomous organization for the governance models. One example is the MakerDAO is one of the decentralized model for that. And the opportunity here to explore this trend is that you can create or form the community governance platform empowered by user and increase the transparency to build an organization. Another one we can give an example here is the privacy and confidentiality solution using exploring blockchain through using the new technology like a ZK rollup or ZKP, zero knowledge proof. For example, several applications like a ZK Pass using the ZKP for identity verification without manipulating the privacy of the data. And here with the opportunity here, on the team, we can exploring those kind of technology to build privacy focused application for finance, for healthcare, or for data management is many field. So this is the basically about the chain in blockchain. Of course, there's many other chains, but here I just give you some example because within the time limited. And with the AI, the definition of AI, everyone know, right? It's the artificial intelligence to explore the algorithm to make the computer software to think or to do like humans. And several key trends and opportunity in this field. You can see the adoption of AI with the generative AI in the text, image, or translation, or video or audio or different kind of content. Another one is AI-driven personalization or recommendation system. The third one is AI in data analytics or predictive insight. And here you can see that the opportunity for everyone is to enhance the product experience and engage with the customer or get the actionable insight with the data and with the information inside the data. So this is what the AI bring to support us. And in the right photo, you can see different kind of topic or trends in the field. And I will give some example in the trends going on in AI is a generative AI for content creation. The concept here is that to use the generative AI model to produce the content. It can be the text, it can be image, it can be the audio to support us in different tasks. An example is you can see ChatGPT, Cloudy, or different AI model platform very popular these days to use for content creation. And with those kind of trend in the future of the AI to support to use the generative AI for marketing, personalized content, automating routine tasks, so that you can create a new idea applying AI into your everyday tasks, maybe in your personal, in your social, or in the company environment. You can see we can use generative AI for automatic generation of the product content, or the quality assurance, or the language translation, or for the search engine optimization as well. The second trend here, for example, is the AI for predictive analytics and the data-driven insights. The concept is to use the AI model to help analyze the data and predict the outcome. One example is that to predictive maintenance in manufacturing or in customer service. And with this kind of trend and technology, you can explore the AI based to offer the predictive insight, enhancing the decision making or customer satisfaction in the business. And the third thing, we can see the AI-driven personalization or recommendation system engine with the concept of personalized experience based on the user data. For example, many system like a Netflix or Amazon is use the recommendation system for suggesting the product. It can be what the product you buy, or it can be the movie you want to watch, right? And with those kind of technologies, so everyone here can explore AI to create a highly personalized product, improve the user and engagement, or boost the conversion for your business as well. Another thing similar to blockchain is that the technology applied for cybersecurity and fraud detection. To the concept is to identify the potential of cyber threats and frauds. You can see in blockchain we can have a different technology like a ZKP, right? Or different version of zero knowledge for security and privacy protection. And here AI we can also use for cybersecurity and fraud detection, especially in fintech or online banking. And with those kind of trends, you can use the AI to protect the user data, enhance trust, and add the value to security focus for the user. And with those kind of example, you can see in blockchain and AI, we share common sense and the common objective to create a better application for customer, for company, to enhance the process of the working environment, or even in society. So with the AI and blockchain, the concepts we can see we have a synergistic application where AI and blockchain intersect, like AI applying for analyzing the blockchain data, or using the blockchain for the AI model governance. One example is, for example, the project you can see the Fetch AI. They use the autonomous AI agents using blockchain for secure and transparent operation. And the opportunity to apply or explore the conversions about the technology. Here you can leverage AI for decision making and blockchain for trust and transparency, building the innovative AI application or decentralized AIs models for user and privacy warranty. This is also one of the trend in the Web3 this year and the coming years, is that to create decentralized AI models or decentralized AI application with the user privacy warranty for to increase the benefit of the application and the DR for the user, so that everyone can participate and contribute into an AI system through exploring the blockchain future. So you can see one of the several characteristics of the decentralized AI. You can see on the picture on the right. So it helps to decentralize the network, enhance the data privacy and security, and stop the data monetization as the traditional model of the Web2. So yeah, I don't have time left. So the key takeaway here for our audience today from my keynote is that blockchain brings the transparency, security, and decentralization. AI to provide the automation, personalization, and data insights. Combine that, we can they can disrupt the industry, create a new business model, and opportunity here for us as a student, as a startup team. We can learn, make ideas, project information, or make the innovation by exploring those kind of technology. And this is one of our motivation to organize the Web3 Hackfest as the one of the biggest hackathon in the field. With the topic of AI conversion this year, so that we can bring more opportunity for students, for the developer, for the startup team to join together to make the innovation based on what your observation and learning to explore both those technology for different kind of the niche market. And our team will share more about that Web2 Fest so that everyone get information and how you can participate, how you can make the first initial idea, how you can be mentored during the campaign, so that you can from the 0 to 1, like from 0 to hero through the program. Okay, so I will finish my sharing briefly here, and our team can share more about information about Web3 Fest to everyone. Yeah, thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Tan, for the sharing on the potential of both AI and Web3 industry. So on that notion, I would love to share a little bit more about the Web3 Hackfest with you guys right now and the opportunities that you guys could take part in the upcoming phase. Actually, the first phase we have is already starting right now. But without further ado, I'll jump over to the slide and we can get right into it. All right. So as Dr. Tan kind of already mentioned, Web3 Hackfest, AI Convergence, this is going to be our flagship events for this year. It's an international scale, mostly in not just Vietnam, but also broader Southeast Asia as well. And this is going to be the largest Web3 and AI initiatives within this region. So the main conference day, it's going to be organized in Vietnam, but the hackathon participation is open for anybody globally to take part, not just within this geographical location. And so we'll start with the main theme. As Dr. Tan already kind of mentioned, one of the main trends that we see this year is the convergence between Web3 and AI. So that's going to be an AI's convergence. And once again, we're going to be gathering a lot of innovators, builders, teams, developers to explore the frontiers as well as push innovation within these two sectors. Now, of course, you don't have to specifically build a product that is in both convergence of AI and Web3. There's got to be both AI native tracks, Web3 native tracks, gaming tracks, a variety of different categories for you as well, rather than just focusing on the intersection of these two technologies. And so the main print line for us is going to be innovate, build, and scale. And we'll get to that exactly why we have that in terms of the timeline for the entire campaign. And so with the timeline, there's 3 key phases for you guys to take part, depending on your skill level as well as your experience, but overall, just a more comprehensive journey for you as a whole. So we start with the very first phase that's already happening right now, all the way up to the end of the year. This is going to be our preluding idea competition. At this stage, you're not required to build anything. You just have to take part, find your team, and then come up with an innovative idea that's leveraging either AI, blockchain, or the two technology for a startup business idea, right? We're also doing university tours as of the moment, visiting a lot of other countries as well in order to get participation for the main convergence phase. And right now, if you check our VBI YouTube channel, you will also find a podcast series called Futurecast, where we discuss a lot of different topics, innovations, as well as trends within the space from industry guest speakers, from the events that we've been to, as well as ones that we do online, to share with you more a little bit about the space, the potential of AI, Web3, the intersection in between. Both from fundamental topics to something more in-depth for our audience that's a little bit more veteran. And now the second phase, that's going to be between February and May. So this is going to be the main hackathon, all culminating in a final main conference. Once again, that's going to be organized in Vietnam. We organized this last year and had major success, and we want to bring this opportunity beyond just the boundaries or the walls within Vietnam. We're going to have a variety of different, developer bootcamps, 0 to 1 program, other content as well as materials for you guys to learn more, enhance your skill. And last but not least, for teams that are really, really ambitious, startup teams that has the potential, we do have an acceleration phase, which is a third phase where there's going to be incubation program, investment, as well as the opportunity to connect and network with similar like-minded peers. So that's the full program. The term innovate stands for the first phase. The terms build is for the second phase, and the term scale, that's for the third phase. And hopefully, if you went through the whole thing, we want to provide the most comprehensive program for you guys to upskill and get better within the industry. And so last year, we had tremendous success with a lot of amazing guest speakers, not just from Vietnam, but internationally as well, such as Circle, Animoca Brands, Google, FPT, AWS, and a few that you may recognize here on screen. In addition, we work with Near, Polkadot, Sweat, a few of the partners that you see here on screen, a variety of different strategic partners as university and academic partners and media and community partners to get as many participation from different audiences as possible. And then once again, going back to our core theme at VBI, we really want to focus on developers. We've organized a lot of hackathons, boot camps. We have a huge community of developers in the Vietnamese market, hopefully to expand that, as well as organize a lot of different events covering different ecosystem from Near, Algorand, Movement, Cardano, Sui, and so on. And so once again, going back to the key activities, if the timeline was a little bit intimidating, we're going to have 3 main things. The idea competition that's happening now, the hackathon and the conference that's going to happen next year. And then after that, if you did really, really good job, there's also the acceleration phase where there's our incubation program. In addition, as side activities, you also have the FutureCast podcast. Go check it out. Developer boot camps. We have an e-learning platform for that, as well as our 0 to 1 program that's going to be taking place in tandem with our hackathon. So plenty of fun activities, plenty of different ways for you to engage with the industry. So if you're new, don't worry. You have the idea competitions to really challenge yourself. If you're a veteran, you already have an idea, you want to flesh it out, we also have the hackathon for you. And then if you want to come together, all of these activities are great places for you to meet like-minded peers who's deeply interested in Web3 and AI. And so with the hackathon, once again, to re-emphasize, you don't have to be building anything specifically using both these technology. We're going to have both Web3 native tracks, build anything Web3, AI and Web3 tracks. That's the conversions, AI native tracks, gaming tracks, and all of this is going to happen in a span of around 2 to 3 months from February all the way up to May. So the registration, hacking time, and demo day are here on screen, as you can see. Once again, demo day is going to happen in mid-May, around 17th and 18th for the hackathon. And we're expecting a prize pool of over 150,000, 5+ hacking tracks, and over 200 submissions from you guys. And last but not least, our main conference, what can you be expecting, right? There's going to be stage, developer workshop, open bounty coding challenges, hacker house, meetups, as well as ecosystem showcase, career matching, and entertainment. All very fun and exciting, and we hope that you can take part in this with us. So that's it for Web3 Hack Fest. To check it out on our website, check out our channels on both Facebook as well as other communication channels for more information. Or if there's any question, feel free to ask them in the comment section or reach out to any of us from the team here. We'll be happy to facilitate that. So I think to kind of move on to our next discussion, that's going to be the final moment, our panel discussion. And today we have our Dr. Tan as well as Nick Hill, who's going to be sharing more a little bit about their perspective and career opportunity and about the space as a whole.
Yeah, very nice to have a chance to discuss with you, Nikhil, so we can share more
Likewise,
about.
Dr. Than, and I must compliment your press. Your keynote was actually amazing. I was just bobbing my head around throughout the session as it covered most of the things that I would have talked about when I was explaining it to someone. So really nice present.
Great. Yeah.
Awesome. So I think we've already had a little bit of an introduction with both our guest speaker. Once again, Dr. Tan is currently our CTO at VBI Academy. He's been a professor for a long time, doing a lot of education, helping a lot of young talents getting into the space. And then we have Nick Hill, who's had a lot of extensive history, experience in community building, marketing in Web3. And I think we're going to get into the nuance about all of that in just a moment. So the first question, and I know that you guys have already kind of touched base on this, but I want to recap it in maybe just a few key highlights is how has the rapid development of, blockchain and AI impacted industry differently, or maybe you can talk about the potential impact as well.
So the blockchain industry, as a general, is a relatively very new industry. If we compare it to the rest of the technology that we've seen so far, blockchain as a concept was published in 1991. The first real application of blockchain that got really mainstream was Bitcoin. That was in 2008, 2009. The main blockchain that we are all talking about, the scalability issues and everything what Shadim is trying to solve, Ethereum came in 2015. So as compared to the other computer science that has been developed, it's a relatively very new space. So yeah, and I think with Ethereum really, and with ETH merge happening a couple of years ago, I think that has really changed the way we perceive computer science in general, the way we perceive technology in general. Blockchain's revolution really gave an alternative to the world when it comes to finance. I think that is the one area where blockchain has really created an impact. That is decentralized finance, or DeFi for short. With the advent of technologies like the Bitcoin and the Ethereum, we've been able to create alternative systems to our traditional centralized banking and finance, which has in turn made those systems more robust and kept them in check. So I think if you ask me about the impact of the blockchain space, I think that is the one big thing that I can show you that has a real world implication that can be shown off is decentralized finance. And I think I'll let Dr. Than talk more about the impact of AI, obviously. But yeah, I'll stick my answers to blockchain as much as I can.
Yeah, I see. That's very nice. So like Nikhil analyzed, so blockchain we have within over 15 years, but AI we has and other computer science we have the long history of over 50 years in the for history. And in different way to make the impact, you can see the blockchain impact of first for the finance, as an Nikhil have shared at the first period of time, and then digitalize the access and cross-border transaction later. AI seem to highly impact first on like a education, content, marketing, customer service, software industry, and so on. But they share, they not just impact differently, but I think they are the good to kind of technology to support and supplement to each other to have us to have a better application. For example, in finance and banking, blockchains bring the to enhance the finance for the decentralized finance, reducing the reliance on the traditional banking by enabling the peer-to-peer transaction, digital access, smart contract to increase the transparency and trust, to allowing the immutable recourse that's good for audits and compliance. And blockchain, they do and for the AI, the impact for the same industry. AI enable the risk assessment, fraud detection, customer service, automation like a chatbot. With a machine learning model, we can analyze the vast data sets for improving the trading algorithm, credit scoring, personalized banking service, or enhancing the user experience and operational efficiency in that industry, right? Another example in for the impact of the both blockchain and AI, so that they support each other to make the industry better. For example, in healthcare, blockchain is being to explore for the secure the healthcare data management and the patient privacy, right? It allow the patient to control the asset of their medical record, facility, or data sharing across the healthcare provider. While in AI, they can support to transform the diagnostic, predictive analytic, personalize the medical or the medicines for each customer here. And the AI algorithm can analyze the medical image, automatic the medical process, or they can detect the disease earlier and recommend the treatment, improving the patient outcome or operational efficiency in healthcare industry, right? So in some way, they have a make different kind of impact from the beginning, but in the conversion, you can see they are supportive technology go along together to improve each industry to be better and better by the time. Do you agree, Nikhil? Yeah.
Yeah, just to add to what you just said, Dr. Than, actually, so the way I explain this to one of my major roles is actually to interact with developers and students across the globe and talk about blockchain technology. So the way I
Yeah.
explain them is if I have to compare AI and blockchain, blockchain is a very unsexy technology because
Right.
blockchain is not something that I can showcase to you on a big screen and show the magic that can happen. It's
Yeah.
since blockchain is a kind of database, and a lot of what blockchain can do happens in the background, in the back end. You
Yeah.
cannot really show the impact of blockchain as you can show an AI, because for AI, I just simply have to start a chat GPT voice uh, chat and
Right.
interact with the AI to just show how cool that artificial intelligence technology is. But the real difference between those two technologies is that AI is an implementation of our understanding of computers and interaction of humans with computers for over 5 decades, and how that has impacted of our understanding of machine learning and human interaction with computers. And blockchain, on the other hand, is in a way a very sophisticated way of interacting with uh, a data on database. So that's how I explain it to kids.
Yes, yeah, I agree. Yeah. And I think I believe that in some days, blockchain can be cool as like a AI this day. Actually, for AI to be cool as this day, I like 1 or 2 years
Yeah,
ago, right? But after it take around 50 years to have a killer app like a ChatGPT for
yeah,
to try, everyone can try it and see how cool it is, right? And
yeah.
blockchain just 50 years, and some days we can explore and develop kind of a killer app like a ChatGPT for blockchain, or combine with the AI, and everyone can touch, everyone can feel how cool it
Hopefully,
is, right? Yeah.
hopefully.
Yes, yes.
Awesome. So yeah, one of the central conversation topics that I was able to pull from that, and as well as the presentation and the theme of, our workshop today, is really the convergence of AI and blockchain. So I think my next question, starting off with Dr. Tan for you, is we see a lot of, different projects in the category of AI, decentralized physical infrastructures, etc. Why do you think these two technologies are so well suited together, and what are some of the attributes that allow them to solve better problems? I know you already kind of touched base on this a little bit in your presentation, but maybe a few re-highlights of that would be helpful for our audience that might just join as well.
Yes, for the decentralized AIs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So decentralized AI holds the promising potential within the Web3 landscape. You can see that they're redefining the how data ownership, privacy, governance structures with the core principle of Web3 center on the decentralization and user empowerment for AI model, right? The integration of the decentralized AI could enhance this value by creating the more transparent, secure, community-driven AI ecosystem, and how the decentralized AI could shape the future and open up the new opportunities. So, for example, we can use the decentralized AI with the combination of AI and blockchain to enhance the data ownership and the user control, right? So we can have a application on data marketplace. For example, the decentralized AI network can support the P2P data marketplace where the user can directly sell or share the data with the guarantee on their privacy, and for the AI system in a transparent and control manner, right? And another thing is about privacy enhanced AI model, right? So we can seize on the federated learning or privacy preserving technique, encrypted data exchange between the AI agent or between the location of data storage for AI model. That can help to enhance the privacy for any AI model as well. Another thing, we can deep dive more into the transparent and accountable AI development. So you can see that how we can trust AI is another question, right? In the future, you can see there will be many AI agents and many AI model. So how we can trust that from the data for training the AI is correct, is high quality or not, right? Or any kind of bad behavior, ethical training activity are inputted into AI. So those kind of decentralized AI can have to have a transparent and accountable AI development, so we can traceability on the AI development to help us to have a transparency on the AI development. So increase the trust for AI. We can create the democratizing asset to AI resource, right? In different way, just using the explore the technology. And another very important thing is also the hot topic in AI these days is that the ethical AI, right? Ethical AI practice. We have a good AI model to help us to do a lot of things automatically, right? But both we can see that they can do the good thing and the bad thing. It depend on the purpose of the user and how and the who behind that AI model, right? So
Yeah.
to make sure the ethical AI practice is another one to we can use blockchain for that to solve the problem, like a rewarding system for ethical data contribution or building the AI model, and the community centric value to incentivize to governance that kind of AI model to make sure that everything is go transparent and ethical for to enhance the application of the AI in a good way instead of the bad way. Yeah.
Right. Awesome. How
I
about you?
think,
Is there anything from your end
yeah.
about the
So
intersection?
actually, Dr. Than covered the topic very well. I'll just add on a few things. So this, if you
Yes.
have to understand the synergy between these two technologies, you have to understand the fundamental need of why these were needed. So the blockchain
Yeah.
revolution, the Web3 ecosystem was needed because we had a problem of data privacy in our current ecosystem. There's a
Yes.
very popular trend on TikTok, Instagram Reels, etc., that is happening. That you ask your Chat GPT based on our previous conversations, can you tell me what my biggest fear is? And it gives you very spooky responses based on the information that the Chat GPT has about you, and which goes on to show the danger of having our very private information in the hands of these central organizations,
Yes.
especially something as intelligent as an artificial intelligence. Uh, I know we are not anywhere near the AGI or artificial general intelligence, at
Yeah.
least for now. But in a few years, when AGIs are so smart that they can outcompete most average human intellect, hopefully not. But if it does, the amount of information that the internet holds about us is really scary. So I think that is the reason why the whole push for the Web 3.0 ecosystem came to be. And if we are able to synergize the decentralizing aspect of the Web3 ecosystem, that is using blockchain technology, and the intelligence of the AI revolution, I think we can be able to create, as Dr. Khan pointed out, a very ethical version of artificial intelligence, which gives the ownership of the information created back into the hands of the users. And obviously, there's other aspects like federated learning, which are obviously more important. But in my eyes, I think the amount of information that we give to Facebook and to Google, to all of these big internet companies, is scary. And if in some way we can have, a way to uh, control the flow of that information, I think that would be a really good thing. So, in my eyes, I think that's where I see the synergy between these two worlds.
Got it. Awesome. So now I want to shift the conversation a little bit more, focusing on, I think, what a lot of students may have, as well as on the career opportunities, as well as hurdles that you have to overcome in order to stand out. So when we talk about kind of the Web3, AI, blockchain, they're all very tech native for lack of a better term. But from the outside, especially for a lot of students from a diverse set of backgrounds, different majors they're heading into, it seems like it's quite suitable for engineers, computer science major. But what are the perspective in terms of opportunity, career opportunities in Web3 or AI beyond just the technical background? And of course, like any businesses, there are many different business functions to need it to keep it running. So perhaps you guys could share a little bit about, the different career opportunities, roadmap, both technical and non-technical as well. I guess we could
I
start
think
Nikhil first with this one.
so sorry. Yeah, actually, this is something that I can really qualifiedly talk about, is because I come from that space. Dr. Than is more of an academic, so I guess he has a more uh, academic understanding of those two technologies. But I come from a CS background. I'm a CS engineer myself, computer science
Yeah.
engineer. I started in this space from community management. In fact, when I started, I actually didn't know that community management can be a career, because where I come from, the engineering colleges really didn't have a tech community aspect to it. So when I started doing this, I really pieced everything I understand about this space when I did my first job. So if you are someone who's from the computer science background or who's from a computer allied branch of engineering, this space is for you. Even if you're not from an engineering background, this space still has space for you. Simply because this technology by nature is very open source. So there's a lot of resources available out there for you to learn this technology, even if you're not from an engineering background. So the restriction or the barrier to entry is very low. And specifically, if I have to talk about non-engineering roles, there's a ton of them, right? Hang, I think you are a business development executive yourself for VBI, right? You've worked in business development. You've all obviously seen people working in community management, developer relations, etc. All of these roles really do not have a very strict requirement of a CS major degree or that thing. So the barrier to entry in this space is very low. So if you are someone who's just starting out in this space, if you are a good open source contributor, I think you have a really long career. But I'd be happy to answer, specific questions if you are from a specific branch, etc. What can you do? You can obviously connect with me, and I can give you a roadmap as well. But yeah, the general roadmap is that if you are a good open source contributor, if you are generally active on communities, if you're good with communications, I think you can make it big in this space.
Yeah, so great. Yeah, so great. I think that's a very good advice for especially the student. Yeah. And in my opinion, succeeding in the fast pace of technology, not just AI or Web3, maybe involving some kind of challenge like a tank share. So, but both still have many opportunity for both technical expertise and non-technical expertise, right? I think that's so adaptability. So not just about technical, but adaptability, creativity, and deep understanding on the evolving on those kind of technology is very important for you to take the opportunity in the field, right? And so how the student can stay ahead with the curve of the technology changing, evolving, or converging with each other. So I think that's the first thing is about the hands-on experience with the kind of technology. It's not about the just hands-on experience in the technical side. With the IT developer, we can get experience with the coding, right? But with the BD, with the marketing or different role, non-technical, you can still have a hands-on experience by participate in the project, right? So one of the example is that this Web3 Hackfest is organized not only for developer, but we also have an editon for different students in the field of business, marketing, sales, logistics to participate. So to give you the opportunity to have a hands-on experience working on the project with the technical people, right? With the testing, the real technology by using the tool or AI model or even the blockchain, right? Or through the participating, understanding and researching about those kind of projects. So in my sharing, you can see in each chain of in AI or in blockchain, we have an example for that, so that you can get hands-on experience on that. engaging with the open source of a community like our speaker already share, right? Because most of the project get open source, and you can exploring how to actively involvement on those kind of open source community to gain the practical skill, collaborate with the experience people in the field. It can be the industry, like a developer, or it can be the BD, or it can be the marketing in the field. And building the diverse skill set through the course or certification is another one, right? It is the open source course where we can learn from almost everywhere, every time, right? And student can benefit from certification from the industry, relevant skill related to that technology with their career path, right? For example, if you're a developer and certified blockchain developer, program may be good, right? Or blockchain for business, blockchain for logistic, AI for developer, AI for marketing, AI for logistic. There we have all kind of program course or certification on that related to that, technical and non-technical. So another thing is the networking and professional branding. So networking with the industry, events, LinkedIn, or forums. All right, you can see we create a forum for blockchain who are interested in this kind of technology. We create the events like Web3 Fest so that everyone can easy to get and have a networking or professional branding to learn from each other, right? Participate in the hackathon, in the conference, Web3 or AI meetup to provide your exposure in the industry leader, learn and connect with the people in the field, right? So later when you get, you need intern, when you graduate, you need the opportunity for the job in the field. You can easy to get from the networking, right? And another thing is about adapting with emerging technology, not just AI, not just blockchain, but more and more technology coming. So you can normally the employers, they see the candidate who can think critically and about problem solving in the field, adapting to new technology. So participating some kind of interdisciplinary project or a case competition or any kind of event or any showcase of your skill, like through the hackathon, through the Web3 Hackfest, you can have a portfolio of the project related to both Web3 and AI, right? So you can easy to have that to showcasing your skill on this technology, so that later in your interview for intern or for job application, you can easily showcasing your experience on that kind of technology related. Yeah. So yeah, just hands-on to get your hand dirty in any kind of activity related. It can be the hackathon, it can be the events, it can be any hands-on experience with the open source project, and then get your hand dirty, and you will
Agreed.
get to try the field, right?
Agreed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. So what about the challenges, right? We've talked about all the different opportunities that are available for students from diverse background. As veterans and experts with a lot more experience than beginners or, first year students, what would be some of the biggest foreseeable challenges that you can see for the students, and how can they overcome those? In addition, as an employer, maybe yourself, or at least from the perspective of somebody that could be considering anybody for your team that's new, what do you look out for that students could take away with that in order to stand out in front of employer prospect in both AI and Web3 industries?
Yeah. Nikhil, in your opinion, which challenge you think is most considering for the student?
For students, I guess there are a couple of challenges. There are geography specific challenges. So someone who's from Southeast Asia may have a very different challenge as compared to someone like myself coming from India. But there
Yeah.
are a few challenges that are very common across the board. One is that, and this is, I think, a very common challenge, that when you go to apply for a job, they require an experience. But for an experience, you need a job, and it's an over repeating cycle. So the number one challenge that the industry faces is that there is too many freshers, too many people in the market, and very few opportunities. So one of the major challenges that students face when they are, facing the question of getting into the ecosystem to start earning or start doing a job, that is one major challenge. How do you make yourself stand out? And I think Dr. Khan has pointed out in the last aspect. The second thing is choosing the right initial team who to work for, right? It's very crucial. A lot of times I've seen people around me getting into the wrong company, the wrong startup, or the wrong organization, and not getting the correct management, not getting the correct superiors, not getting the correct peer. It really impacts your initial career. But again, you have to kind of jump into the water to figure out how deep it is. So you can't do anything about it. So yeah, that is another major challenge that I feel that there is out there. One other challenge in the Web3 space specifically is that there is a scope or a chance of a lot of scams happening to you when you are applying to these companies. So making sure that verifying the information before getting into a business, verifying the company, the founders, their track records before getting into a company, that is, I think, one more uh, thing to keep in mind. But as a student, I think one of the major things that you have to remember is that don't take these things too seriously. You are a student, you're supposed to explore. When you are a student, you are supposed to explore learning. So apply to as many companies, talk to as many people in your peer and people superior to you, people who are juniors to you, etc. Try and network with as many people as you can. Try attending meetups like this or in-person meetups like what VBI does in Vietnam. Try to attend those as much as possible. Try to interact with other people and see what they're doing. I think that way you kind of balance out the challenges very easily.
Yes, yeah, very great. Yeah, in my opinion, yeah, several key challenge in AI and Web3 as Tang asked. I can add some, yeah, everyone can see, right? Those kind of create a new industry, but these are the technology, new technology, and they have a technical complexity, right? And yeah, so it have a complexity inside. So what is that? How to deploy it? How it run, right? And so this kind of thing, it can be the challenge at the first time, yeah, and the solution that still can just focus on building the skill by engaging through the course, through the events at we share. For example, completing some course, online course everywhere, right? You can see the course or the events sharing like this, just so you throw that you can learn from the expert in the field. So you can ask the question, you can Q&A, and you can get easier to understand about those technology and how to use it. So removing the barrier of the technical complexity. Another challenge is that those kind of technology is very rapidly evolving technology. So you can see it change, right? It change almost like by the day, by the week, like blockchain and AI, right? Every update is really
Every day
frequent.
there's a new library out there.
Right, right. So consistent learning is the key, not just for students, but also for us, right? If we don't study about AI and Web3 in 1 week or 1 month, after we turn back, and yeah, it changed a lot. So you can subwriting into the reputable industry publication or the course to participate and get updated for that of the forum. For example, in Vietnam, you can get an update from the Web3 and blockchain from VBI, or in India, you can involve in the Shadian forum to get updates on that. So right from the expert in the field. Yep. So those kind of a thing can be the challenge at the first time for the newbie, not just for student, but just keep in touch, get updated, consistent learning, and have a chance to Q&A and discuss with the expert in the field can help you a lot to overcome those kind of challenge, right? And then get familiar with the industry, get a connection in the industry, and then the opportunity will come after that, I think.
Yeah, I think on the notion of staying updated, for a lot of people that's been following a lot of the AI stuff, we hear about, how is AI impacting our jobs today, right? What
Yes.
industry do you think is currently at risk if we are not catching up to AI, or at least for those that are using or utilizing AI, they're outperforming teams that are not. So is there any advice perhaps, or are you guys implementing using AI to some extent in your everyday work that has helped you significantly improve your productivity output or allow you to do things that weren't pretty much possible before?
Can I quickly jump in with a small answer before Dr. Than continues? So the thing is, a lot of this, news about AI will take away jobs is just fear mongering, right? It's not true. It's the very same thing, right? When calculators were invented, there were protests from maths professors saying that, oh, mathematics now will go out of obsolete because now calculators have been invented. Or
Right.
how, in India, there was a huge debate in the parliament about banning computers altogether because that will take away jobs from the letter like postmen. So postmen would have, because email is invented now, we should ban email, because if email exists, letters will go obsolete. I think it's similar to that. It's a lot of fear mongering, to be very honest. Um, and coming to the second part of the question, yes, AI is a big help when it comes to coming up with frameworks to think about. So I think the way we see AI in our organization, and the way I see it personally as well, is that AI is not something that is going to replace human intelligence. It's going to supplement or enhance human intelligence. So, for example, if you are developing a content strategy or a marketing strategy in my team, what I use AI for, or what I ask my team to use AI for, is to build frameworks using AI, and then create human content that has a human element to it, because you can quickly see if this content is being generated by AI. The AI has a way of talking or writing content. So that's the way I see, right? AI is not going to take away your jobs. And if it does take away job from a certain sector, then a new sector gets created just to, supplement what has been lost. So it never so happens that people will lose their jobs. Obviously there'll be a few things like junior engineers, for example, in large tech corporations would be obsolete, because a lot of things can be automated now and you don't need a human to entering 100 entries into an Excel sheet. So that has been eliminated for sure. But uh, AI taking over thousands of jobs or millions of jobs, people, losing their livelihoods and all of that, that's just science fiction. That's just a Black Mirror episode on Netflix. That's all it is going to be. uh, so yeah.
Yeah, nice. So I agree with you on it's not about a job replacement, yeah, but I will analyze more a deeper insight. So AI is transforming the workforce by automating the task, right? Enhancing the efficiency or creating the entirely new roles or industry, right? However, the transition place in the certain industry as some risk of the job reduction is some special role, particularly the role involving in the repetitive or easily automated task, right? But for example, some roles like in the retail and customer service, the risk that the routine of customer service role you can involve in like a concentration in the store, retail associate, or can be replaced by the AI power chatbot or agent virtual assistant or self-service kiosk. We see a lot in many, especially in South Korea these days. The store, the shop without any staff there, right? That's kind of thing we can see that it in part by the risk of the reduced number of the roles, the number of people need require involved in those kind of things. However, it is not may not replace on this role, but the less number of the staff or less number of the people, the worker related to the shop is required, because with the AI we can increase the productivities, right? But it does mean that everyone in retail and customer service will lose their job, right? But in I think it's even in the different direction, is that the people in this industry in the retail and customer service with the high AI skill can even get a higher opportunity than before, right? With the AI they can have to improve their productivity a lot. It means that they can get more activity opportunity on that. Uh, just the number of the worker in for specific workload may be reduced, and this kind of reduced of the number of shops in the market for one kind of industry. But at the same time, AI expansion open up the opportunity for new industry, and the job type focus on, for example, development, oversight, creative use of AI technology. So several roles of our example is that you can see the need for the AI ethic and the governance, or with the skill required, like understand the ethical principle, regulatory knowledge, and experience of AI ethic framework. We need more people in the data labeling or curation with the skill like attention to the detail, understanding the data privacy, and how to label the data. That's good for AI, right? AI and machine learning engineer, as everyone can see, prompt engineer for generative AI, for example, AI trainer, supervisor, digital train or simulation experts for the AI application, or many more kind of specialists for AI interaction in different kind of technology, right? So you can see that it have to increase productivity and reduce the number of shops in some traditional industry, but it's also open up new role and new opportunity for us, especially in some kind of the field we can see, or in the thing that creative thing that AI cannot do very good to replace the humans. Yeah. So this is one of the things. Yeah.
Awesome, thank you. And so I think we've come down to our final question, and that is, if there's one big key takeaways for the students or participants that are here today from this workshop, what would that message be from both of our wonderful guest speaker?
Yeah.
Key takeaways.
Yeah.
Dr. Tan, would you like to go first?
Okay. Yes. So you can see that the technology's life cycle this day becomes shorter and shorter, right? So I think that whatever the technologies, the new technology, the values is more important, right? And the lifelong learning with you. So not only for the student, but for all of us, right, including me. So lifelong learning, consistently learning and adapting with the technology. So with the core of the value of any technology, and whatever technology coming, whatever the new trend coming, yeah, and we can keep updates and find the opportunity with that. Yeah.
I agree with Dr. Than. Technology changes every 5 minutes in
Yeah.
this rapid new age. One piece of advice I would give to all of the students, all of the developers in this audience, is that be a very active member of the tech community from the day one of your education. So the day you start your engineering, the first year you start your engineering, from that day onwards, be part of as many communities as you can and explore as many different communities as you can. So if you start with something like Google Developer Group, maybe go and talk to people from Microsoft Learning Community, or talk to people from the Shardium ecosystem or other blockchain ecosystems. Explore other things, right? Choosing a career is simply choosing like a T-shirt. You try multiple T-shirts to see which one fits, which color you like the best, and then you decide. It's not like you go in a shop, you see the first T-shirt, you wear it, and it's like now you have to buy that. You have the freedom to really choose and customize your career. The one thing that AI won't be able to take away is your human intellect and your uniqueness in the tech space or in the career space. So the more experience you have, the more exploration that you've done, the more unique of a personality you are in the job market. So make sure that you expose yourself to as many experiences as you can when you are a student. That will really help bolster your career. So that's my one piece of advice.
Awesome. Thank you, both of you, for your wonderful sharing today. I think we can call it a wrap for our session. So in the chat or on YouTube as well, if you have any question, now's the time for a Q&A. We'll have about 10 to 15 minutes for you guys.
Yeah, that's a lifelong learning, and I learned a lot of things from you, Nikhil, today. Yeah, thank you so much.
Likewise, Dr. Than, it was a pleasure talking to you. And Than,
Yeah,
you were a very generous moderator. You allowed us to rabble a little bit. I really love that. Thank you so much. And I think it was a very interesting conversation, if I can just elaborate, because it came from two different. So Dr. Thang has almost a decade more experience or more than me in this space, and I'm really new to this industry. But he brings a very academic, a very experienced notion to this conversation, whereas I can bring in maybe what I've understood in the very short duration of my career. I hope the students who have attended have gotten the value from our conversation, and hopefully, we can help VBI in expanding this developer audience as much as we can in the Vietnam space.
yeah, sure. Yeah, thank you so much. So anyone have a question and have anyone to Q&A? So I share one of the tips to overcome the challenge in any new technology, right? We have a chance to interact with the speaker today, have a chance for Q&A. So if you have any question, yeah, just type your question and thus we can discuss together, right? Not just from learning from us, but we also learning from all the audience here today. So yeah. So Nikhil, so currently you mainly based in Malaysia or in India?
I'm currently in India. My teammate Rashid is from Malaysia.
Oh, nice.
And we kind of take care of the Asia Pacific region together, both of us. Uh, yeah, we're a good team.
Great. I think yeah. So Vietnam and India, we have a share many similarity. So I
Yeah,
think yeah, so it can
both of us are very like up and coming economies. Both of us have really picked up pace in I think the past decade or so.
right.
And the tech innovation in both Vietnam and India is I think marvelous to look at because I've really seen throughout my experience in the APAC region, I've seen some of the best engineers in this space are either from Vietnam or somewhere in APAC region or from India, right? Even the West is kind of trying to understand how many are there, right? Because we are able to produce engineers and tech people in like a mass scale.
Yes,
So I think that's really a strength. Both of our countries, we have a very young audience. We have a very
yes.
young population, and that young population is very good in understanding technology. So
Yeah.
I think that's a strength of both Vietnam and India.
Yes, yes, and it is also our chance, right? Because like the two
Yeah,
country, uh, other country they have a long history to develop the industry, new technology, but with us like we come a little bit behind
yeah.
with their history, yeah. But we are young and we learn really fast, right?
Oh
And
yes.
so I believe we have a many chance to collaborate together
Yeah,
between
I was
the
reading about this a very statistic that about every fifth person in the DeFi ecosystem is an Indian. And 10 years ago, blockchain as a concept in India was non-existent. In fact, 5 years ago, the ecosystem in blockchain in India was so naive and so new that we couldn't imagine that such a stat would be able to, be there in the market. So I think that's the testament that these two countries really have a very bright future in the new upcoming technologies, specifically in blockchain and in AI. So hopefully, fingers crossed for a bright future for both of those countries.
yeah, yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, yeah. We can spread the our how maybe we can onboard Shadiam to support with us or in Web3 Fest so we can bring like that kind of events and like a hands-on experience to more and more developer, especially in Malaysia and India, to try with us as
Yeah.
well. Yeah. And hopefully later we
I
also
think I think that's a great idea, and I think we should
yes,
explore something. A synergy is there, obviously. We want to expand our developer ecosystem in Vietnam, and we're looking for Southeast Asian partners in this space. So yes, as someone pointed out in the comment, we need more physical activities like in-person meetups, etc. Uh, so hopefully something can be planned for the future, uh, for sure.
I think we
Yeah,
have
sure.
a question from the audience here. It's from KJ.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, that's it's very informative and for sharing, but they think that the audience think that we need more like a physical activity, regular interaction, and gain deeper understanding. Yeah. So I would like to share with you that for the Web3 Hackfest, we have a different stage and we have a mentoring program from the beginning to the end. So they have a many chance to work with us for mentoring and supporting. And for physical activity, I think VBI and Shadium, we can like plan some core parts of physical activity together. So we have a chance to discuss more with the audience and community. And another question is about do we have a platform for networking? Yes, we have Open EDU. Is another is a platform for everyone can learn from multiple courses and can connect together, or the networking, or we can join the VBI VBI develop Web3 developer forum in Facebook. And in Shadium, you also have a community group, right, Nikhil?
Yeah, we
So
have a Discord server uh,
yes,
that people can join, obviously, and I'll quickly share the link
yes,
to that in the chat box.
yeah,
Yeah, this should give you the link access to Discord. For Shardium, it's a very big community. You can obviously come and interact.
yes,
All right.
yeah,
Is there any
okay,
other question, guys? If not, then I think we can call it a wrap.
yeah,
So thank you both to our wonderful guest speaker for joining us here today, as well as our audience who was here. I hope you guys learned something new from our speaker, from the presentation, a little bit about Web3 and AI and the intersection in between. And that's it, guys. Thank you, and I'll see you guys next time.
Thank you so much.
thank you very
Bye.
much. Yeah, looking forward to have another chance to talk by in physical face to face with you in the not too distant future.
Hopefully,
Thanks and
very
have
soon,
a
Dr.
nice
Tan. Yes.
everyone. Yeah, bye bye.
Bye, all.
Yeah, bye bye.